Maybe you can sit here.
Okay.
And we can, have a nice
Cool.
chat, It's thank you for being in Toulouse first.
Thanks for bringing me.
It's been 9 years that you haven't been in Toulouse,
Mm-hmm.
and my first question is, what is Toulouse, and what is France about when it comes to music? For us, Germany is a lot of musical legacy from classical Beethoven, Brahms, and stuff to pioneers like Kraftwerk and others. I can hear the echo. What does France ring to you when we talk about music?
The greatest of of them all for me is Maurice Ravel.
Okay.
So everything I hear from him is, I don't know, it's, for me, they reached the climax. Him and Claude Debussy, but Ravel much more than Debussy for me.
Okay.
So they kind of, so after that, for me it was kind of over.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Because how they handle everything, so there is a lot, or let's say it's not over, but it's repetition in a way. Of course there's new stuff, yes. But for me, like Ravel has how he handles like beauty and everything. For me, there's everything in it that has been developed by humanity for the 20,000 years before him.
Okay.
I wouldn't how would I say? I think it's also very important you are in your time.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't make him too big as a person, because I think he was there in the right time and he was very clever, and he kind of found the essence of the time. He was the one. If not him, then maybe someone else. But that is for me, that there's a lot of music where I'm like, I think it can't become any more beautiful or bigger than that.
Okay.
So that's the level we're talking about.
Okay.
For me.
All right.
Very personal. I think there's many people who will not agree, or but that's my perspective on it. Yeah.
Okay. Last Saturday, you were in the Velodrome in Berlin. How was it?
Big.
It was big. Yeah.
Very big. And it even they cut the whole place in half. So because the hall is even 2 or 3 times the size from what we actually saw. They call it the UFO.
Yeah.
Because they put a black curtain just under the round center of the hall, which looks like a UFO.
Yeah.
And it's really like a UFO. It's insane. Crazy production, incredible sound. I was just investigating about the monitor speakers because the recording from the night sounds so great.
Yeah. Okay.
And then we are in a, like from a beautiful thing, we are in a technical thing really quickly.
Yeah.
Which is also, I find, very important nowadays. Compared to when I started. When I started, the sound system wasn't very important.
Yeah.
I don't even remember if it was very loud. It would be very interesting to go back to and listen to those sound systems from back in the days compared to today. And that's also why I think it's production became so much more important over the years.
So last Saturday you were in Velodrome in Berlin. Tonight you're in Toulouse, in a small venue that just opened 1 year ago. There is no major electronic musician having been playing there yet. Okay. We haven't met before. So my question is, how what's the process of saying yes to our booking proposal? Like, did you wanted to experiment something, like going back to? I mean, why are you here?
You know, I'm not a very strategic guy. I think for me it's all about vibe and very intuitive.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't need to be always the huge. Not at all. It can be that. Yes, that's cool. But of course, we didn't know each other, but I knew you from Joachim.
Yes.
So the door is already half
Yeah.
open. Yeah.
Okay.
And then you have the vibe, of course. Yeah, so, yeah.
So when I'm hearing about when I'm listening to your productions, there is something that is special to me. I feel like the sound is not your sound. The sound of your production is not the most important thing. It's about the idea and the vibe. And it's funny because it's like, so there is technology and there's a lot of tools so that you can get to almost perfection, you know. And sometimes you don't want that. Sometimes you need the emotion more than the perfection of the sound, you know. And so do you agree on that? How would you define your productions in terms of engineering quality compared to emotion, and how does that relate? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, for me, but I think this. I can't even answer if this applies to everyone. But when I started making music, I always thought, yeah, but my stuff is not. It's sounding different than the others.
Yeah.
And for me, this was always a problem.
Yeah.
Because I thought it's not right.
Yeah.
Until people started saying, yeah, I can recognize your sound within a few seconds. And it took me quite a while to realize this is a good thing.
Yeah.
But I can't hear it, actually.
Yeah.
I cannot, I can't tell you what it is. I cannot make it. I mean, I can make it, but I can't make it
On purpose.
consciously.
Yeah, consciously.
I just make my decisions. And that's what we just talked about before. I think it's very dangerous to go that perfection route because it's going to kill your sound.
Yeah.
If you're not aware of what you do, if you know what your sound is, I think then you can go it. Then you can go that way. You can go for perfection when you know exactly what you want.
Yeah.
But if you don't, I think then you can easily ruin everything that makes things special.
Yeah.
And that's, I mean, at the moment I find it a bit difficult, to be very honest, because like when I started, sound systems were not so, the sound wasn't so important.
Yeah.
Actually, when I started, I started earlier, but very important for me was Theo Parrish and Kenny Dixon, Moody Man. And when their first records came out, they sounded very different from before. And if you listen to them today, to the early ones, you wouldn't say they sound like perfect on a production level compared to the production level today.
Yeah.
But at that time, for the first time, we had those huge speakers, Function 1 systems in clubs. And then those guys came with those way too big kick drums. But on those way too big speakers, everything made complete sense, and it was a revolution in sound. It was so fresh.
Yeah.
And also, you would recognize it within half a second, only by a kick drum. So this is a big thing. It's very unique. And I feel today, this is a little bit more difficult today because it's a lot about like super high-end production, but still, I'm very interested in finding a unique sound. So now we are, from my perspective, at this point where like, yeah, you have to be aware of who you are or how you sound, but then make it as good as possible, and not lose your identity on the way. Not easy.
Not easy.
Yeah, that's why I think it's time for teams now. Because the big pop stars, they're like 25 people who work on something, and for me this is not a bad thing. It's I think it's collaboration. I think collaboration is even art now. It's a thing that is it's important to take care of each other. It's important to, you don't have to do everything. You have to trust someone. Also very important, much more important than, from my perspective, 20 years ago, where it's a different time now.
What I've seen that you've been in the museum in Potsdam, working on the music walks, which is an immersive, dynamic sound. As you're moving into the museum, you have different music blending in. And I think that it was in a collaboration with someone.
With Zacharias Falkenberg.
And also using AI.
Yes.
So you've been directing the AI towards something you want. How did you work with AI on this?
I work with AI a lot. I find it extremely fascinating on many levels. We started this 1 year before ChatGPT came out. We started working on this, so I think it's 4 years ago. And so there were new AI things all the time. And so for the whole project, which we just finished 2-3 weeks ago, we tried everything that came out. And there was a lot of new things available, new tools that you could try. And for me, it was always, when we started, we didn't expect to go to be so fast for things like Zuno and Udio, where you just type a sentence and you get a perfect pop song. So this, we weren't aware that this would happen. I wouldn't say it's a problem. It's these are fascinating tools as well, but you need curation. I think it's a big mistake to believe that anyone can make great music now. As in theory, yes, but not everyone will be able to recognize if this is good music or not, especially if it's not very good, because it sounds good, because it always sounds great, but it's like very often it's not very relevant, and it's not art, but it can be art. But you need someone to decide. So it's interesting times. I think.
So when we talk about AI capabilities, we could talk about mastering, we can talk about stem separation, we can talk about chords and melodies, or like midifying things. And I mean, what is the? I mean, prompting, as you said, on Zuno is another thing. You can ask ChatGPT for lyrics also. What are those different ways that you consider relevant in your day-to-day job? What is it?
I think everything is relevant.
Everything is relevant.
Very relevant. Because, and for me, it's not. How would I say? I think what we do as electronic musicians, we deal with technology all the time, on a very abstract level. So there's new technology. We try it in a very playful way, and then you make music out of it. And there's so much in this in what you do. it's like a discussion for me, from my perspective. It's a discussion without words. So there's a new tool, you make something, you release it, people can listen and they do their discussions in their heads, or maybe they do it with other people, or they mix it with other music, or for me it's a discussion. And that's also how I see it. So there's AI, I do something, I put it out, and then I work with it like a tool. Because this is very relevant for our time now. And it will be super relevant for the next 30 years or 50 years maybe. And we as musicians, we can talk about this without words. This is how I see it.
I mean, I would define you as a very non-conventional artist. You touch many genres. Even your Instagram bio is like techno, soul, jazz, house, contemporary music and producer. It's very unconventional. But you also are kind of a geek. You printed your own controllers in 3D. You have been contributing to Max for Live with plugins that I use actually. So thank you. They're very simple and useful. And yeah, so you are very technical and you're playing with technology a lot. As I was saying, you were on many different collaborations with orchestras, with Mut, which is a marching band. And also you touch some other colors very far from the dance floor music. So you are capable of adapting yourselves in different audiences, seating or dancing. So what can you not do? Like what is the next thing you haven't done that you want to do? Music school? What was the form of music art that you want to express yourself in the next years that you haven't done? Because it seems like you touched pretty much everything to me.
I wouldn't say that. I hope not. Well, yeah, what I actually do now is, and I think it's a next step. Let's see if it's gonna happen. Or I'm building a synthesizer.
Wow!
So that's the next thing. That's something I work on.
You already did. You already did build. You already did build a synthesizer, a small one. No, you haven't. I think you.
I built a MIDI controller.
Yeah, and no synth. No synth.
No.
No. Okay.
The synth is.
Oh, that's a new thing. Okay.
That's a new thing. It's a very new thing. It is very new in everything. It looks different. It works different. It sounds different.
Okay.
I find it very exciting to make it. Also, I just gave there is a prototype now. It's hardware.
Yeah.
I gave it to a few people, and just watched them make music with it. And this is something I was very surprised. I find it very satisfying to see other people make music with something I made.
Yeah.
This is it's a very new perspective for me. I wonder if it's maybe even more satisfying than making music yourself. I don't know yet.
So you
But
would
I was
become
surprised.
a luthier, like crafting an instrument, like if it was
Maybe.
a violin.
I don't know if it's really gonna work out in the end, but everything looks very good at the moment. It works. Wow. It's there. You can touch it. It was a lot of work, much more than I had expected.
So is it analog, polyphonic, monophonic?
It's digital, fully digital.
Yeah.
Because this is also a perspective. I mean, for me, it doesn't make sense to make an analog synth, because there's wonderful analog synths, and it doesn't make sense at all to
recreate
make another one.
Yeah.
because many other people are making other analog synths as well, and they are great. But I want something that's new, because it needs to be at the forefront of technology, of course, because that's what is interesting to me. So that it uses AI. It's made with AI. It uses AI to create sounds.
Nice.
Even so, and but it's not it's not this cheesy AI thing that everybody's talking about. This is not what it is. It's a tool you can use if you are a musician.
Yeah.
It's for musicians,
Yeah.
of course, not for. It's not a toy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all new, so very exciting, but I don't know where it's going.
Okay. Wow, that's cool. New adventure.
Yeah, and music-wise, I mean, that's also a thing. For me, the music thing is always about learning, and I will not be finished until I write a symphony like Ravel. Yeah, so when I can do that, I will stop.
So you haven't done everything yet.
No, there's a way to go. And of course, I can't copy what he did because he did it already. So it needs to be, yeah. So let's see.
Interesting.
So I guess I will do that forever and not finish. It would be pretty surprising.
What is the right level of production in terms of volume per year? Like I've seen that you've released hundreds of tracks.
Yeah.
Like
Actually,
available
did,
on
yeah.
platforms, hundreds.
Yeah.
So that means that you probably composed thousands and thousands.
True. Yeah.
What is the right throughput for a year? Like, do you consider that a successful year is releasing 10 tracks? You don't think about this? Well, I mean, what's the relationship? How do you feel like you are productive enough, or how does that work? Like,
I think one track that is successful is enough per year. But you can do 35 as well.
yeah,
I think in my most productive year, I mean, I stopped counting. Maybe there's more, but I think this is pretty long ago. My most productive year, I released 17 records on vinyl. That was a lot. But I think it was okay. It was good. It was a good year.
Yeah.
And but then there's also years where I didn't release a lot, especially like this year, for example, because I worked on other things.
yeah.
But there's a lot on my hard disk, and that needs to be finished now.
And do you produce faster now through the tools, through your
No.
experience?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Just the opposite.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, it's the opposite.
Okay. It's funny because I know an artist that had the same reply saying, I'm getting so picky and choosy about everything that it takes me more time.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think it's not that you get picky. For me, it's actually the fault of the system. It's this is what we talked about before. When you have a sound that is very direct and a sound that feels like there's an object in front of you, this is what I think is very important. You don't want anything virtual. If you don't have the feeling you cannot touch it, then you don't know where to put it. And that makes you super slow, because you don't know if this should be big or small or here or far away. It's
Undefined.
it's undefined.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of the plugins sound exactly like that. And a lot of the plugins make your very direct sound distant and diffuse. And I'm not talking about reverb, I'm just talking about the quality of sound processing. So they kind of go away, and they make and that makes it difficult for you to make a decision. That's what I believe. So I'm trying to limit myself to only a very selected list of plugins where I know they don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't kill my sound. Yeah. And if you have a really good one, for example, like analog things do that a lot. If you have a good source, you can put it 5 dBs louder or lower. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because it's there. So you don't start fizzling around, and you don't lose time because you just put it there and it's fine.
Yeah.
And then you take another one and then you put it against it or together, and then it's easy. You're quick. I think we all get slower because everything gets, I don't know, diffused.
Too many options. Too many
The options is maybe not the problem. It's the sound. The sound is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. There's
So it needs to be like you need to feel a physical resonance.
At least
Yeah.
for me, it needs to be like that, I think. And it took me a long time to find out. And because when I started and the plugins were new, and they sounded rough and direct, and they sounded great. Yeah. And so it was easy to put them because they had distortion. Distortion is a big thing. And non-linearity is a big thing, I think, because then your ear can make a difference.
Yes.
I think your ear is very clever, and so but you have to help, or you just need to be aware of that your ear is waiting for information, and when you diffuse it, then it's difficult, and then I find it difficult to make a decision.
These are the MIDI controllers you've built and printed, so it has touch screen, 4 faders, and there is this controller, 16 knobs controller. So you told me that you were working on a new thing, a new MIDI controller.
Yeah.
Is it for live performance only?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, not only.
Not only.
No,
Do you use this for production as well?
These?
Yeah.
No, they are just for live.
Just for live.
I mean, I might use them because this is my production way. So, like I said before, I might record something on my phone. So I have an idea, I sing it into a phone. Through a few days later, I try to play it on the piano, so I know the notes. Then when I know the notes, I go to the computer, I play it. I make something like a rough version of the track. Then I will usually bounce it to my live set, so I can play it. And then I do that 10 times, 20 times, 3 times, until I have a version, because it's all, I really play it. I don't know what I'm doing. There's no arrangement, or there's no levels, or very often there's no drums. And so I play it, and then when I'm lucky, I have a night where I play a version where I'm like, this is the one. And then I go back to the studio and recreate, or maybe I have a recording, and then I'm like, okay, this is the arrangement for this track. And so and then I would use these to play.
Okay, understand.
To play the track, like if it's live. So
Okay.
this is what I do, or how I work.
Well, it's the perfect scenario where you're drafting an idea, then you like forging it and increment on it through different shows and getting feedback.
Big shows, small shows.
And also your own feedback on how you feel it playing. And then it helps you, getting down to the mix and the arrangement that you want for the track. Well, that's it sounds like, this feedback loop helps you to get into what the track should be.
Yeah. Sometimes you have a great sounding monitor system, like Saturday.
Yeah.
And I just got a version for a new track I'm actually currently working on. And I listened to it on the next day, and I was like, yes, this is the sound I want. This is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
So I know the sound. And then I have another recording from a week before in Amsterdam where I liked actually the arrangement. Yeah. I didn't like the sound, but I liked the arrangement. So now I have to melt them all together into one, and then hopefully it's finished.
Excellent. So what about this new MIDI controller? Can you tell us a bit about it?
Yes, I think I can tell something. Maybe you have heard of the Schwarz.
Yes.
Which is a plugin I
that creates chords.
It makes chords,
Yeah.
it makes harmonies,
Yes.
it makes very complex harmonies for
Yes.
people who have no idea about harmony,
Yeah.
but maybe they have an ear
Yeah.
for harmony, or they have an ear for music, and which applied for me, especially when I started. I have an ear for music, but I didn't know how everything worked, how the theory worked. So I always wondered what I could do to get get better with the harmony and make more interesting music.
Yeah.
And so I wrote this plugin 15 years ago with Max for Live, and
What? What? Soundcheck soon. Coming. Ouais. Mais allez-y, hein, commencez sans nous. Nous, on finit l'interview. Hein.
On peut aller regarder le son pour les DJ. On y va?
Allez-y, ouais.
Ok.
Amenez le matos. Sorry.
yes, so this thing, and when it was finished,
Yeah.
because I made it for myself, I thought, why not share it with other people?
Yeah.
And I did. And it was available for free. And a lot of people downloaded it.
Yeah.
Many people.
Yeah.
It was incredible. And then I think 10 years later, well, not 10 years later, a few years ago, not many years ago, Rampa from Keine Musik approached me, and he said, because he has this wonderful company, Teile,
Yeah.
and he came to me and he said, don't you think this Schwarzenegger would be a great thing if it would be a real machine? And I was like, wow, this is a great idea. And so we sat down and started working with a small group of people to develop this machine. And it actually came out much nicer than I had expected. So it's a Schwarzenegger now, available very soon, but with some new features that are pretty unexpected and very playful, very creative. I'm super happy with the result. There's a lot of chord tools out there now.
Yeah.
I think we will have the best one because it's a different. It's very playful.
Okay.
And it gives you much more than just a few harmonies. So
Okay.
yeah, so this is what it is.
So it's a MIDI controller that can
It makes
generate harmonies.
Yes.
Okay, like the
not only
Schwarzenegger.
harmonies,
Not only
much more
harmonies.
than that.
But it can also assign parameters, like on every MIDI controller, to get control over other parameters of the software or not?
No, it's
Is-
mostly
okay.
it's a dedicated harmony
Okay.
songwriting machine for
I see.
everyone. Actually, it's you plug it wherever you want, and
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Mm. Yeah.
I wish I had one here.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Send one over.
Very soon. Very soon. I will have one.
All right. Thank you, Henrik. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Very
Thank
nice.
you for this time together in the After Now studio. You're welcome here anytime.
Super nice.
If you-
Beautiful studio. Great sound. Incredible gear collection.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wow.
So we're gonna do the sound check in the cabin now and
Yes.
have a gig.
Cool. That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very nice.
Thank you, Henrik.